So we've talked about not wanting to, get on the phone and blame the school, but I'm wondering what how should you interact with your child's school, especially if the bullying behavior is occurring at school, or what should your practical next steps be? Who should you call? Who should you talk to, and what should you say?
Well, your first step is, the first place to go is the school counselor. Yeah. That's their job. That's their job. They're the ones that get to do things that doesn't have to turn immediately into discipline, that doesn't necessarily get out to everybody else. So the school counselor is a critical kind of person for you as the parent to talk to. What should I be doing?
That's right.
Not just what should the school do, but what can we do together? What should I be doing? You can get your own help from that person. The child can get help from that person. They know how to deal with those kinds of things. It may be a school social worker, maybe a school psychologist, but the most consistent one is the school counselor. So that's the starting place for trying to help in the social, physical, emotional thing. As things get worse and worse, well, then you move up to administrator. But you go to the principal right away, that person's got to do something that's pretty public, and that's not where you want to start.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think it is the mental health professional, whomever that is in the school, that can make a big difference. And they also know the policy and procedure of the school
That's
around any kind of peer abuse. So in that way, it's the other. Now you as the parent can understand what the policy and procedure in the school is. That can help you make some wise decisions about next steps.
So in an extreme case where maybe you're not getting the results you want, or you're still fearing for your child's safety, where do you go from there?
Well, you've got you work your way to the administrators. There's a progression. You don't like what you get there, you can go to the school board. You don't like what you can get there, there are legal kinds of things one can do. But as in all social difficulty situations at any level, you don't want to start at the maximum level, because it just means there is not going to be any simple solution. It means there's going to be a harsh solution. So you want to work you want to have going with the focus of, what do I need to learn? How can we work together on this is the critical kind of thing one's looking for.
Right. And I think if is my child's life being threatened, then I'm going to law enforcement, right? But if my child's life isn't being threatened, I don't want to make a bigger deal out of this, then maybe it is. Maybe, like you said, maybe it is just getting the school counselor adjusting a little bit and having things move on in a different way. Teaches the child something much more about how do I operate in the bigger world.
And we will get, as faculty and be involved in this, we'll get phone calls from parents who say, it's not working, so what do we do? And mostly we're trying to figure out, well, what have you tried? What could be the next step? How could you look at this differently?
Versus pulling your student out of that school, putting them in another one, right? Homeschooling them.
Right.